All right, John, both sides are calling for a healing after the division caused by the election. Some of the ads were hurtful and marketed each other as the bad guy. So how does President Bush now overcome that image and move forward? Well, marketing professor from Duquesne University, Audrey Guskey, is with us now, and she has some insight and some answers into all of this. Good morning.
Good morning, Jen. Great to be here.
Thanks for coming in. Let's talk about the ads. They did, of course, as everybody predicted, they came out of the gate strong, but they just they intensified.
Exactly. This was the earliest that they've ever done it, and the intensity was huge right from the beginning. They spent 3 times what they had spent in the year 2000, and so the campaign was just vicious, nasty, and very strong from day one. And as you said, it just accelerated throughout the whole campaign.
What was the dollar amount?
$600 million was spent for a total of all the advertising. So that's huge. You know, that's a negative thing. But on the positive side, it was a huge shot in the arm for the economy because businesses don't have that kind of money. And so the political ads, in a sense, really activated and energized a lot of the advertising and marketing companies.
Right. Is there anything about them that really stood out to you when you yourself knew, hey, these are really heading south here, and parts of the tone of the ads?
Right. Yeah, it was a concern because when you get that such negativity and such viciousness getting at the character and you lose the issues, that's a problem. But toward the end, I think the ads softened a bit and got to more of the issues, which was a positive thing. But the candidates themselves, obviously, because it was such a tight race, they really needed to be out there and marketing themselves and doing the best they can as far as being in the face of the consumer. Were they really effective? In a sense, no. All that money was spent, and the only viewers, the voters that would have been at any way swayed would have been the ones that were undecided. And as you know, because we were a swing state, we got the brunt of a significant amount of the advertising. The advertisements were not spread throughout the country. They were concentrated in the 17 swing states, and we were, of course, one of the biggest, so we saw more ads than anyone.
We've talked before about how companies can rebound after bad marketing or problems with their companies, but in terms of marketing a human being, a person, how does a person rebound from negative ads and move on? Because that's exactly what the president needs to do.
Right, that's exactly what he has to do, because there was so much arguing and bitterness between the two parties. But if you turn it around and you think, what did this advertising do? It created a wonderful energy and vibrance in the country. It brought young people to the polls. We had record numbers of voters. That was a huge positive thing. And just like Mark before had that bottle of the perfume, if the president can take something, you know, all the energy and the spirit of the country and bottle it and then open it up and share it with the nation and turn on a positive light. And I think George Bush can do that because he has a strong strength, a sense of America. And I think if he, in a sense, turns things around, gets at some of the voters that he didn't have their support, blacks, senior citizens, and young people, I think that's basically what he needs to do. But it was very powerful, and I think it was a very positive thing. September 11th was a bad thing, but we turned around, became very patriotic and very strong. I think you can almost look at the election similar to that parallel, that it was very vicious and nasty, but let's turn it around, let's become one united country. And I think George Bush that's what he has to do.
Character building.
Exactly.
All right, thank you so much. It's an interesting take on everything. We'll see you again soon.
Hope so.
Now, who's the hottest